We're excited to be here. Tournament started today, or back up today, and so we were following some scores when we walked in. And a pretty competitive round so far, so we'll hope to keep that going tomorrow.
Coach, two Big East teams in this section of the tournament. What does that mean for the conference?
I think it's great. I think our conference is right now, from an RPI perspective, ranked the sixth rated conference in the country. And I think we have a lot of potential in the league throughout it to be successful at volleyball. Really good academic schools. Volleyball has a lot of really good academic student athletes, and so we think that's a draw in attracting them, and I think we can be a awfully good league.
To that point, I guess, sorry to keep touching on that, but Creighton's made 4 of these, you've made 3. Do you hope that it's, not to be too overdramatic, but just like kind of a beacon for the rest of the league, that if you take it seriously, if you make some investments, if you try to be good at volleyball, that there's a lot of potential?
As a coaches group, the 11 of us are banging that drum pretty loud often, in our administrators' offices when TV, numbers get released, when the growth of our sport at the youth level gets released. We are constantly hammering administrators and presidents with the success and relevance of volleyball in our country and throughout the NCAA. So we know those numbers, and we're trying to push to get more and more investment in the sport of volleyball.
Aubrey, you had 20 kills against Utah. What went well, and what did you learn that you could take into tomorrow?
I think we all just kind of played together as a team, and with that, helped with my connection with the Addies. So it's kind of just like a team thing.
Coach, you were up 2-0 against Utah, and then you had to go all the way to a 5th set. Like, how do you make sure that doesn't happen in a game like tomorrow?
Well, we were actually even up 23-20 in the 4th and lost that one too. So, what I told this team I liked about somebody asked me in the media 2 days ago, what did you see from this team or what did you learn from them? What's new? And it's been a pretty consistent group for the last 2 years, and I've never seen them get, for lack of a better term, punched 3 times in a match and every time come back and respond. It was at the end of the 3rd set, at the end of the 4th set, an injury in the 5th set, and every time they responded stronger and stronger and just kept fighting and took that late lead and found their points and a way to win. So we're playing a really good team, and so we talked about to think that you're going to win this match in an hour and 15 minutes because you jump up by 5 every set and hold that lead. I don't think that's realistic, but if we can be there at the end and we can find our points to win, I don't think we care if it's 3, 4, or 5. You say let it happen. I would say we just got to get 3 sets to get one more round. And I don't really care the order.
For you guys as players, what was that like them coming back from down 2-0, but you guys continuing to kind of show that resolve and fight back and ultimately pull off the win in their place?
Yeah, so at this level, you kind of expect teams to push back. No team's going to love being down 0-2 to start their match, especially in the NCAA tournament. And so we just had to continue to remind ourselves that every team is going to push and play their best at this point in the tournament, but that we can also do the same. So we really just love these types of games and moments. And like Coach said, even if it takes a 5th set to get there, we just really want to compete together and really put on our best against the best of the best teams that we can play in the season.
Carsen, Hattie was banged up in Omaha for the Big East tournament. Butler went down late against Utah, and you guys still found a way to keep your season alive to this point. What did it take to pull all that off, despite the uncontrollable adversity you guys had to deal with on the court?
I think a lot of it is the fact that we're an older group. We all believe in each other and our abilities to compete no matter who's on the floor. And I think that's huge, being able to rely on one another no matter who's out there within the rotation. Just being able to not panic when these moments happen, especially in the Utah game. We kind of talk about how with Ella going down, that could have been one of those pivotal moments that could have cost us the match. But the way that we all responded, a lot of people stepped up. and filled roles that were huge and made plays at moments when it mattered. And just having that experience is really what was helped us get over that line and get to 15 at the end of the fifth set. So that's what I would say, like, in those moments when we have players who might go down, like, we all know what we're capable of and know what we can do, and it's, we don't hit the panic button. We just rely on our abilities and what we've been trained to do for this long, and it's gotten to us to Sweet 16 since I've been here.
Carsen, what stands out to you about Penn State's hitters?
They have pretty good arms. That's one thing, and they're very smart too, with shot selection and what parts of the court to attack. So from a blocking perspective, it's gonna take a lot for me to stay disciplined and make sure that I'm making good reads so that I can make it more difficult for them to attack the areas that like they might be most comfortable with.
Aubrey, what are some of the main reasons for the team's success this season?
One of them being we've been together for 3 years, so we have like the chemistry built, and just putting in like little pieces here and there has helped with it.
Coach, is there anything that stands out about Izzy Stark on film?
The physicality, is pretty impressive. The competitiveness you can obviously see, and so it'll be. We haven't seen it live yet, so that'll be a learning curve even as we get in the match. But on video, it's pretty impressive.
And is there a specific player on Penn State that you're like watching a lot?
What makes them really good? Many things make them really good. But is their balance. I mean, if you look at their distribution in perfect situations through the last 10 matches, there's an incredible amount of balance. So I don't think it's a team that you can take away one thing. I think you gotta serve it well, and you gotta pass it well. You gotta get their setter off the net, and you gotta make their hitters, you can't give them anything easy. And if you can do that for 2 hours, maybe you got a shot at the end.
I know the nature of the Creighton-Marquette rivalry. It's probably more intense for Creighton than it is for the camaraderie and the coaches chat there. But how do you guys feel about having two representatives, left in the Sweet 16, but also, in this little pod with two perennial volleyball powers in Penn State and Texas?
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's really fun to have more competition within the conference and just playing these different teams, and even it's just kind of funny like seeing them like in the same gym in the Sweet 16, which is kind of just like a funny matchup, but at the same time it's just exciting, and we've seen Creighton many times over the years, and just like even the possibility of potentially seeing him again just kind of even just sparks us a little bit. We just, like you said, it's a rivalry, but also it just brings out the competitiveness in us, and it just, I don't know, like we were saying earlier, it just kind of brings more light to volleyball in the Big East and just shows that we've got some really competitive teams from this conference.
For you guys as players, do you have any thoughts on playing in rec hall and playing in that environment?
We've seen like a little bit of it. It's funny because on film it's been like we saw like the Nebraska Penn State game and how it was like packed in there, and that was pretty cool. Honestly, I think it's fun to play in like arenas or complexes where there's like a huge crowd, and even if they're cheering against you, it kind of drives you, just the energy you can kind of build off of it. So I'm excited, and I'm kind of hoping that they have pull in a big crowd for us, and we can feed off the energy.
One more question.
Coach, what's the plan for tomorrow? Are you guys planning to watch the first match, or are you going to be working on some other things during that time?
Yeah, these are always a little tricky, the aspect of 30 minutes in between regardless. So you got to get here relatively early. If it's a 3-0 in either direction, you don't want to be rushed. So we eat pregame meal, come watch some, and then, once we reach a decisive game, whether it's 2-0, 2-1, or the fifth, around 15, we'll go warm up, is the plan right now. So we could end up watching one set. We could end up watching 2.5, depending on how long that goes. But we'll hang out, and then when, that presents itself, we'll head to the gym and start getting ready.
Carsen or Jenna, you guys were in the regionals 2 years ago at Texas. What does it mean to have another shot?
I mean, it's awesome. Like, it's, this isn't a place that a lot of people get to be at. So, like, really grateful that we're here and being able to compete and still play and have our season go on. And I think it also is just, like, a testament to, like, all the work that we put in the last, like, 4.5 years for me specifically. But, so it just means a lot to be here.
Yeah, just those moments, like, just these are the types of games and matches that we're going to remember, like, once our careers are over, and when we think back on all the exciting things that we've got to experience, and just being able to say we made it to the Sweet 16 and potentially further for 2 years of my career is just really exciting, and we all just really enjoyed these moments together. So.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.